Hello and welcome to episode 248. Let's see if I can keep it straight of the Veeam Community Recap. We had an episode of the Giggles. I may or may not have to start my recording over. I am Rick Vanover, the Rickatron, live in the deep freezer of Central Ohio. Actually, we're recording. It's not live, but I am deep frozen. Madi, minus 22 Celsius today. Holy buckets.
Oh my goodness. And
It's
I was
cold.
just preparing to say, Rick, that in here we finally have some sunshine. It's a little bit warmer because we did have minus 16, I believe,
Okay.
Celsius.
Yeah.
So pretty close to yours, but minus 20 sounds crazy. I don't want that.
No, and we do have it, the way that works, this massive storm through North America. There's like this high pressure. So it's actually really clear and sunny during the day, which is nice, but is it cold? We got I'm not good. I'm good with temperature and metric system. So when I say minus 21, that's like 0 to minus 3 Fahrenheit. I think at my house we got between 14 and 16 inches of snow, which is over a foot, which is over 30 centimeters, which is a lot. So that was no fun, but we're getting through. A lot of stuff was closed. Schools have been closed, but that's nothing compared to what happened in Canada. Did you see that? Jeff sent
Oh,
us a note. What
yes.
did they
Okay.
say? 54 centimeters of snow.
Yeah, but people seem to be having fun, and there was like this interview with his wife. I actually enjoyed that, and
Yeah, that
his
was
wife
cool.
had that jacket with Wim
Yeah.
Vanguard. That was pretty cool.
Thanks for sending that, Jeff.
Cool
And then
stuff.
for those imperialists on the distance, that's 22 inches of snow, which is unheard of in a 24-hour time period. But
Yeah,
anyways, we're doing okay. Let's get into it. So, Maddie, we
it's
have a
winter.
we
It's
have
winter.
it is winter. Winter is here, and I definitely like it warmer than this. But the sun's baking in the room, heat's on. I'm all good. But
Yeah.
one thing that's not gone cold is our community, and I think we got a lot to go through. You ready to jump in?
Let's do it. I'm looking forward to all the great content that
Yeah,
we
for
prepared today.
it's you prepared it. So first up is Michael Melter, Veeam Backup and Replication V13 PowerShell and Tape. Why your results suddenly fail, but more importantly, how to fix them. This is a great one. What caught your eye on this, Maddie?
Another good one from Michael Melter. If I'm not mistaken, we mentioned him last week as well, but it's just I can't refrain from it. If it's good content, I have to mention it. So this time he's discussing how in Veeam Backup and Replication V13, all PowerShell CMD lets run through the same service layer used by the REST API and Web UI. And that means throttling is enforced, and the tape CMD lets can hit too many requests, the 4 to 9 errors when scripts call them rapidly. So then for this kind of things, for this kind of error, he also share a fix, as you said. He says wrap calls with a retry backup helper, then prefetch data once and avoid overlapping tape operations. Small changes like this, it's gonna make previously flaky scripts like my Vim report stable again. So what Michael says is, V13 brings a unified, consistent architecture, which is actually great for long-term stability. I'm pretty sure everyone agrees. But now we have to actually think more like API developers. You have to batch requests, handle throttling, coding smartly. And yeah, I guess there is always a trade-off with that. But overall, great stuff. And thank you, Michael, for sharing it.
I really like this V12 style, V13 safe style. So the thought here is, PowerShell commandlets change from version to version. And those of you who have built commandlets, you found this out. So Michael's sharing something here. And I am just like mesmerized here, Michael. This is fantastic work with truly advanced use cases of the tape support here from Veeam. I will tell you, I barely can spell tape. I worked a lot on the very first tape implementation, I want to say it was V7. Ask Anton about how we got started. It's a funny story, but I really haven't touched it since we launched it. So this is really good stuff. I love these advanced use cases. Thank you for sharing this, Michael Melcher. Next up, I think it's been a while since we've called this name.
Yeah, it's been a very long while, actually.
Yeah, Luis Eduardo Serrano, aka Rock and Roll IT, talking about a very important new priority, which is the HPE VM Essentials hypervisor, which is also part of Morpheus Enterprise platform. You can use it kind of either way. The hypervisor is usually what is the frequent conversation here, but he's been playing with the beta and he's walking it through. I showed this at HPE Discover last month, but Luis is not German, but he's got enough screenshots to count as being German. What caught your eye on this platform overview, Madi?
Yeah, first of all, great to see Luis back in the community. I know he took a break for a while. He had some other priorities, but yeah, fantastic to have him involved. I think he's going to probably be back maybe in the program depending on his activity. So good stuff. And as you said, yeah, he's talking about the Veeam partnership with HPE with a new native plugin for HPE Morpheus VM Essentials, currently in beta. And the plugin provides the hypervisor level image back for VME virtual machines while orchestrating backup and restore workflows via lightweight worker VMs deployed on each of the hosts. So what is great is that about this is that it supports multiple backup targets from HPE Store 1s and Alletra storage to tape and enables flexible restore to different hypervisor, even cloud environments. And the plugin also simplifies centralized management, and therefore it's going to make migrations and restore hybrid deployments much easier. And this, as Luis says, it's a game changer when it comes to the ability to restore VME VMs to VMware, Hyper-V, Nutanix, even cloud platforms, removes hypervisor lock-in, and it significantly boosts operational agility. So I think that's fantastic, and it comes at the right time, as you said. Good stuff. Thank you for sharing, Luis. I'm not sure. I think Luis now works for HPE. Is that correct?
Yeah. So he, part of, like you mentioned, he had additional priorities. He did take a new job with HPE, and it's actually kind of an interesting topic that you bring that up, Madi, because we see the Veeam 100 members get new experiences, new opportunities, and it helps them really grow their career. And then they go to new roles, and that changes their focus. We get it. But it's funny what goes around comes around, because he's at HPE. Luis is working on one of their other kind of parts of their portfolio, but this one seems to maybe come up as well. Look at that. It's a long road, but a small world. But yes, he does work for HPE now. And thank you so much for sharing this, Luis.
Totally.
Good stuff. All right, next up, we're going to go the other direction and talk about the Veeam Software Appliance HA Cluster Monitoring with Veeam One and Failover Automatic from Olivier Rossi in the US, one of our architects. Haven't heard his name in a while. It's good to call him back.
I agree. So we haven't really called Olivier in a very long while as well, but it's great to have him back. Thank you for sharing. And yeah, as you said, he's discussing here Veeam Backup Replication v13 VSA that now includes the high availability for the backup server with automated failover orchestrated by Veeam One and predefined high availability alarms in Veeam One allow it to act as a cluster witness, automatically promoting the secondary node when the primary fails. So the solution brings a lot of good stuff with it, and he's mentioning there that, like, minimal business disruption, faster predictable recoveries, operational confidence, LSA protection, and VSA HA logs provide visibility into cluster actions, failover, synchronization, while recovery from site failures is very straightforward, with manual switchover possible if needed. So this is clearly a major step forward for the backup resiliency that we are talking at Veeam. So yeah, just good stuff in here, Olivier, and thank you for sharing it.
Yeah, indeed. I love not just throwing in a new feature like HA, but then the monitoring and managing the automatic failover automation with Veeam One. This is really a great cross-platform play. And then Olivier is also likely elevating probably an implementation from a customer because he is one of the MVPs, which are the above and beyond employees. So thank you so much, Olivier, for sharing this stuff. All right, we still got plenty of tabs. That concludes our featured content. Now we're going to go into the Vanguard blog spotlight. And Madi, I think this is 2 weeks in a row with Carrie Sun.
Yeah, good stuff from Carrie Sun, actually. You know, I was targeting Dave, but somehow, Dave Kaula, but somehow I got to Carrie because this was too good not to mention. So good job in here. So Carrie's goal with this article is to show admins how to securely enable email notification in a way that works with Microsoft 365's modern security requirements. That's MFA. And basically ensure they can receive alerts about backup job status without compromising account security. So that's fantastic. That's very short what I'm saying. This is a long article like last week.
Speed it up. Yeah.
But for this purpose, he put together this step-by-step guide on how to configure email notifications in Veeam Backup for Microsoft 365 version 8.3 using Microsoft 365 account with MFA. So then you have all the steps in there, including creating a service account in Microsoft 365, assigning it a license, enabling authenticated, and until testing the setup to ensure email notifications about backup job results, and then they are delivered successfully. So it may seem like a lot of steps, but this approach, as we might be able to figure out, balances out the security with automation. So pretty good one. Definitely recommended. He really liked his step-by-step guides and very long article, that I can tell you.
It's worth doing, and I like that he's actually using like a kind of a special account here. That's actually really a good idea. I don't use that. Like, that's my email. You don't want to see it, but what I do want to show you is like when I get my emails now, I'm using it for the Veeam software appliance, like just to give everybody, if you're not using it, you really should, like, you get like your job successes and failures. That's really important. But more importantly, if something doesn't go expected, that there was a problem, right? This is a job failure. It happened last night. I got to sort that out, or actually this morning. So email notifications absolutely must have. So thank you, Carrie Sun, for sharing that.
Totally. Thank you. And who knows, maybe next week you're up again.
Yeah. Go for 3. That might be a first. Next up, we're going to go to special department news. I got 2 things I personally want to share. One is that the Upgrade Center took an update. I added some links to different areas, and I update the sections. Like, for example, this section wasn't updated last night, but down here was, for example. But I want to also just draw attention to kind of some overall upgrade topics. This one's come up a bit. The deprecated features, the list hasn't changed, but just want to let everybody know, if you're upgrading Windows Veeam Backup and Replication to V13, these deprecated and discontinued features, definitely make sure you check into this, because if you get a red, like you're using some of the deprecated features, it will not permit you to upgrade, right? So definitely check into that. The other thing I want to highlight that has come up is a lot of people have asked about the migration. A lot of people are asking about it here. Let me kind of go right here. So, if you've been using Veeam Backup and Replication, on Windows and you're on V12, you can upgrade to V13. But if you have interest in going to the Veeam software appliance, that is what's called a migration. Now, we have a link here where you can sign up for it. I have some good news. I'm going to extend this process to the Veeam 100 today. So they're going to be kind of the first kind of large external beta of sorts. And then we're going to really scale the process out. So it's getting ready, right? So if you're interested in it, get ready. But what I would say in the meantime, if you're interested in this, two things. One, you need to go to V13 and the latest update, which I'll talk about here in a second. Two, you actually don't need to migrate to Postgres. So if you're still SQL, that is actually supported of migration. So it could be Postgres or SQL. But I really want to highlight that there's some small things that can really be a difference that matters. Like, for example, my home lab, we migrated to the Veeam software appliance, and little things like SMB shares can't use IP address. They have to use FQDNs, and the Kerberos authentication for agents and stuff like that. Those are kind of things that I had to kind of reconfigure. So I highly recommend that you get your 13.01 environment clean before you really consider going into the migration. But stay tuned. It's about ready to scale on the migration. So that's something to keep in mind. And I mentioned, if you're interested in that, be on the latest version, which is this 13.01 patch, which will take you to 13.01 1071. So be here to even be a candidate, because what the migration will not do is take you from, say, 12 up to the 13 VSA. So definitely check out this KB, and there's a couple different ways to do it. Like, it can be the patch ISO, which is really just patching what needs to be patched. And then if you're on like a 12, for example, you can just upgrade to the latest 13.01. So it's been fully repacked, which is the term. Here it is, from 12.3.1 all the way up to the latest and greatest. So definitely check out KB 4738. All right, those are my two special departments. But Madi, you've got a reminder and some other cool new stuff coming up.
Yeah, as you remember, we mentioned VUG Denmark in person for H1, and that's going to take place February 3rd. So you still have time. If you haven't registered for it, there is a registration page right there. Go for it. I'm sure this is going to be interesting. I'm not going to go again over the agenda and the sponsors and everything because we discussed last week, but just wanted to remind everyone that this is still happening next week and it's going to be great. Thank you, Nikolai. Give us some feedback, share with us some picture, and just an overview to understand how this went. But good stuff.
Yeah, indeed. And I expect I expect it'll be in Danish, so I did translate it to English, so just note that. And speaking about translated, I translated this page as well. No, I didn't. Sorry, I translated the next one. VUG USA with a special guest from Canada. This is actually kind of cool. This is a user group kind of online event just of customers, right? We got so many partners in the mix, which is natural. It's in our business model, but it's really cool to have these end user perspectives. This will be a pretty interesting one.
Yeah, totally. And we can also see, like, in the agenda, what they're going to talk about. So we have Scott that's going to talk about storage integration. And then we have Shane. He's going to talk about the changes that are taking place with the Veeam certification. So as you might know, he's also the VMC study hall leader. So it's written right there. So he has some information. He is in contact with the right people at Veeam, so he knows stuff. So if you're interested in that, definitely this is your show. And then we have Nico, Universal CDP. So that's going to be an interesting show. I believe it's all end user perspective. So I think you should not miss this one. Obviously, it's in English. Everyone is welcome, even if you're in the US or not. I think it's going to have something in it for everyone.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you, Shane. Thank you, Nico. Thank you, Scott.
Just 1 second. This is Tuesday, February 10th. We decided to mention it a bit earlier just because I wanted to, give some visibility because I think it's going to be interesting. So everyone has the chance to, register if they want to.
Yeah, plenty of time. As always, recorded and put on the Veeam community playlist on the Veeam YouTube.
Absolutely.
All right, this one was translated. So VUG Italy is doing something really unique. Now, I translated this from Italian, so the output will be in Italian. But what in the heck are Marco and Antonio up to?
Oh, I definitely want to congratulate both of them for being so creative. So what are you gonna do? As you can see, special guest. So I'm not really sure if I am supposed to say who are the special guests, but there's gonna be 6 special guests. I can see.
Lightning talk. I like that.
Yeah, so they all write blogs and they all produce content. So they all technical, super technical people. They are I'm gonna say that they are all part of the Veeam 100 community. So they all gonna come and they gonna discuss about their best articles in 2025. As you can see, this is gonna be 1.5 hours. And I think it's going to be super interesting. Now, I mean, I do understand a little bit of Italian, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able, to get everything that is discussed in there. But if you do understand Italian and if you are interested in, Veeam products, I'm sure you are if you are watching this show, hopefully. Don't miss it on February 11th. That's going to be...
That'll be 3:30 CET, I think.
Yeah.
PM.
It's going to still be okay. That's going to be early morning. Okay, interesting.
Well, 3:30 p.m. CET till about 4:45 CET. So it's kind of like ending the day. I think that's where we're kind of landing it.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Cool.
Awesome.
So thank you, Antonio. Thank you, Marco. And thank you, Six. We're going to have to come back to this one like after it happens and share the link to replay it because I think this is just a really creative situation. I don't even know what to call it, but no, thank you for all of this. This is awesome.
Yeah, 2026 brings new ideas. I love it.
Yeah, innovation. Awesome. Mm-hmm. All right. And finally, now I translated this one to English as well. We're pulling it off, the VUG Romania. And Madi, you're going to be there as well.
Yes, thank you, Mihai, our VUG Romania leader, and also thank you, Răzvan Ionescu, and thank you, Cornel, for make this happen, for supporting this. So as you can see, they all going to have most probably the TBD. That's going to be Răzvan, most probably. So this is going to be good. I'm going to probably be there in what's new in the community as well with Mihai and giving some updates on what's new in the community. So I'm really looking forward to it because the last one we had it was 2024 December. So it's been a very long time. So it's about time. It was supposed to happen in December, but it didn't work out. So I'm happy that we put it together. And Thursday, February 12th, we're going to meet up. It's going to be half day, and then there's going to be BBers as always. We're going to be in Hilton Garden in Bucharest. So good one. It's going to be good topics. We have a collaboration with VMAG. VMAG is kind of sponsoring this if you want. Yeah, there's going to be quiz, games, announcements. Looking forward to it.
This is great. And I love that it's also getting into some of the other platforms around us like VMware Cloud Foundation 9. So that's really cool. Yeah, and then the VMUG topics. So thank you, everyone who's there. And I guarantee you, Madi's going to give me a PowerPoint slide just of pictures that we're going to recap with the week after. So thank you so much, VUG leaders, and definitely looking forward to it, Madi.
Totally.
All right. So last up is our Who's New? And this is fresh from the desk of Sophia. I told her thank you in person for that this morning and the coffee machine line. And we are happy to welcome plus 159 folks to the Veeam community this week. Cats Addy? I don't know. What's the story on that? That's kind of funny. You know, Alfred had to pick something with a cat. Had to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Skullman Hotline. Hi Sky It. I think I'm saying that right. And I am a lemming.
I think that's a High Sky IT.
Hi Sky IT. There we go. That actually
so.
is probably right.
Yeah.
Good.
Hotline. Okay, that's an interesting one.
Yeah. Well, actually, the hotline is a phrase in the U.S. that we used to like call the hotline, which was like someone's always going to answer, like some experts, like, hey, I need a hotline. Maybe a good example is like 911 emergency center, but that's kind of different. Like, say you call this number, someone will answer. It's a hotline. But I don't know. We'd like that. Maybe like IT hotline, like, hey, call me, I'll fix it type of thing. So
okay, maybe, yeah. Let us know the story.
yeah,
Yeah,
I love the stories of these usernames. So Cats, Skullman, High Sky IT Hotline, and I am a Lemming. Maybe that's a family name, Lemming. I don't know. Let us know. Madi, we have concluded our featured content, our Vanguard blog spotlight, our special department news, and who's new. Full trifecta, 2 weeks in a row. Normal circumstances, but not next week.
Not next week. Looking forward to see the team in Paris, and then we're going to be in Belgium. So it's going to be a fun, good week with hopefully a lot of good discussions for the community, a lot of projects, and a lot of good fun as always. Always when the team meets.
The only X factor is we're booking a train from Paris to Belgium, and the last time we did a team train ride, it just didn't end well. So you weren't there on that one. Corinne can tell you plenty about that. So let's watch how that goes. But it was an overnight train, so that's a different story. So this is easy. 2 hours.
Positive. 2 hours. Come on, we're gonna make it. It's gonna be great. Looking forward to see, because in Belgium we are going to a community Microsoft event. MC2, MC. So looking forward to see the guys. We were there last year with Edwin. That went well. So it's going to be good. And then I'm traveling to Amsterdam actually to fly back. So
me too, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I can finally get the name right. I was calling the event the wrong name so many times, but got it right. All right, Madi, thank you so much for curating the content here this week. Everyone, we will see you next week on 249.